Okay, everyone, we're about to take a first look at Biomutant. We are playing on the Xbox Series X. Keep in mind, this is a review copy provided by the publisher. We are getting to this about like a month and a half late, about 6 weeks late. Um, yeah, this came out a couple of about a month and a half ago. This is a open world third person action game. It borrows off a lot of genres, so think like Devil May Cry mixed with I did about 10 minutes audio test off stream, so I was playing a tiny bit of it, mixed with things like the Max Payne games, because it has like you have a bullet time stuff in this as well. This is interesting. Oh, I'm gonna reference back to an old game. On PS3 and Xbox 360, there was a game called Wet. That was like the evolution of the Max Payne games. It kind of like it reminds me of that, but then there's loot drops as well. Um So this game's been out for like a month and a half. So everybody could already see the review scores. Like this is getting like sevens average. Um, so let's have a little bit of a discussion around this game and what's going on with it. So this was marketed heavily by THQ Nordic or Embracer Group like years ago. Finally came out, and there was a load of hype around this when it first dropped because that trailer and that cutscene was massive. So everybody's expectations were very, very high for this game. Um, so like in one sense, you want to say the publisher did its job because it marketed and hyped up its game, right? The only problem with that is the developer of this game. It's actually a super small developer. I was trying to look up how many staff they have, and on Google it's saying like they could have like 18 staff. Somewhere, some people say they might have staffed up to 50 at one point, but like on average they're like between 18 and 25 staff, and like the extra staff is probably like to do with stuff that is not directly involved with the game, right? So if you have the conversation around this game in that, if you keep that in mind, then you're like, okay, well, the way THQ advertised this and the way we was all thinking this was going to be, but if you realize this is a tiny studio, right, then you can maybe bring your expectations in check. um like, remember when we covered Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance the other day, and we were talking about like B tier games, and the B tier game isn't an insult, right? It just means that's a game that is not a AAA game. It doesn't have that budget. So you know, it is basically telling yourself and telling gamers like lower your expectations a bit. Like, you know, this is probably not going to be what you think is going to be. So I'm going into this thinking of it with that mentality now, because originally when I saw the trailers and everything, I was just as hyped as everybody else. But like after seeing those review scores, then I was like, wait, how did this get that review score? And then I did some more research, and I was like, oh, actually, wait, this developer is tiny. I should like lower my expectations a bit. So when this game also first dropped, first couple of weeks it had like bugs and everything, and people were saying it had performance issues. They've dropped like 2 massive patches for this since it came out. So the next thing before we get in, I'm gonna talk about is this isn't, even though we're playing this on Xbox Series X, this isn't a next gen game. This is not a PS5 game. This is not Xbox Series X game. Uh, this is a last gen game. This is a PS4 game. This is an Xbox One game. This runs better on next gen consoles, on PS5, on Xbox Series X, but this is not like one of those games that has been updated to run better on next gen consoles, you know, so it hasn't got a native app. Like if I go into my games, it hasn't got the Xbox Series X logo onto it to say this is specifically made for next gen. And when I first heard that, I was like, oh, that's a bit disappointing. But if you look at the size of the studio, and you're like, okay, this kind of makes sense. But this is where some of the problems come with this game, because so this was made as a last gen game, is mainly, you know, runs on last gen hardware, doesn't fully take advantage of next gen. But on last gen, so this is like 1080p. It has an unlocked FPS, so it can hit up to 60. But on like PlayStation 4 and Xbox, it doesn't hit that. It hovers around 40 FPS. They have got an option in the menu where you can lock it to 30 FPS. So most people agree if you're playing this on last gen, you should probably lock it to 30 FPS rather than having an unstable, you know, bounces between 30 and 40. Now, this is where next gen comes in. Even though this isn't official a next gen app, with what we know about Xbox and their backward compatibility, they run back compat games better, right? They have you can have fully Series X games. Sorry, this is going to be a bit long-winded in the beginning of this, just so I can explain. You have fully next-gen games, you have last-gen games, and then on the Xbox side, you have something in the middle. You have like, you know, like how you have FPS boost games. You have games that take advantage of next-gen hardware, but ain't actually built for next gen. So this is what this game is. On PS5, it runs at 1080p on PS5, and it runs at a lock 60. But it's still only 1080p locked. But because the way Xbox does backward compatibility, it lets the devs access some of that next gen hardware without having to make a next gen version. So it runs even better on the Series X than it does on PlayStation 5. So on last gen consoles, it runs at 30 FPS. On PS5, it runs at 60 FPS, but it's still at 1080p. On an Xbox Series X, it runs at a baseline 1080p, but it can run like up-resed and upscaled to 4K. It's not native 4K. They do some tricks with the like resolution textures and everything. The core textures, I think, are still 1080p, but there's things that they do to boost it up to 4K. And it's not 60 FPS locked on the Xbox, even though now it's looking like the Xbox Series is probably like 10% more powerful than PlayStation 5. Now that developers are getting the hang of it, most people are saying that the Xbox Series X version looks way better because it has such a higher resolution, or tries to hit such a higher resolution. That's also why it's probably not locked to 60, because the PlayStation 5 version is still 1080p, right? The PlayStation 5 version is just the PlayStation 4 version, but like more stable FPS. So yeah, this sits around 50-55 FPS from the research I've been doing on Xbox Series X. But because that last gen version, even though it's made as a last gen game, kind of doesn't run the best, like the best way to play this game might be on next gen consoles.
Welcome to Biomutant.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting, right? And then like how many you know, there's what, like 100 million PlayStations, there's like 40-50 million Xbox Ones. How many people have got next gen hardware to be playing this? Obviously this is out on PC. The most people who experience this are probably going to experience this on last gen consoles. It doesn't run the best on last gen consoles. If you want 60, because it is an action game, and if you want 60 FPS, you should probably, if you're lucky enough to have a next gen console, probably play it there. Let's go through the options, because there are loads of options here. In one of the patches, I heard they added in like auto lock on, which was interesting, because I was having a look at all the patch notes before I covered this today, and I was like, they dropped 2 big patches with like massive amounts of patch notes. I don't know if they've improved the FPS and stuff with those patch notes, because I don't really test FPS stuff here. You know, so maybe there's some FPS improvement, but nobody hasn't done tests on the new versions to see if the FPS is more stable. Okay, so if we go camera, you have a field of view option. It's set at 75 here. I'm not gonna mess with a lot of this stuff here, otherwise we're just gonna be here forever. I don't want this video to go on forever. There's a motion blur option here. It was set by default by 20. Again, I was explaining that today, I like motion blur on, but it's good that they haven't got it set super high, so 20 seems okay. Depth of field option here is a little bit interesting. Yeah, field of view here also. If you go into, hold on, sprint toggle, quick menu toggle, camera sensitivity, smoothing, vibration, there's loads of audio options here. I do like games with a lot of options, so you know, I had to turn the narrator a bit down because he's like super loud. They have options here. I'm just saying, Nintendo and Zelda, if you ever see this, okay, you need to have this option in some of your older Zelda games. You can like lower the frequency of the narrator, which is pretty cool. In video options here, they have a frame rate limiter. This is how you would change it. And all next gen, there's a next gen version. Like whatever console you play this on, you can have this option. So if you're playing this on last gen, you should probably lock it 30, or you're gonna have an unstable 40 FPS. It's bouncing all the time. If you're playing on next gen, just keep it to 60. So even though it drops frames here and then on Xbox Series X because of the better image quality totally, you should probably keep it here at 60. I don't know if they've got a next gen version planned in mind, because I was looking at the developers' Twitter, and there was, after they released the 2 patches, they were like, okay, we're taking a bit of time off now after they got those bug fixes out, and we're going to be moving on to our next project. So I have no idea if they have a plan to actually make a next gen version. Okay, so that's the controls, and then accessibility option, QT autocomplete, auto advanced dialogue, quick menu toggle, subtitles, and that's what's in the options. All right, so let's start a new game here. We're gonna, like, I played like 10 minutes off stream just to test audio stuff, but let's go in medium difficulty. Now we got the technical information out of the way of what this game is, how it runs in next gen version and current gen versions.
Encode your DNA.
Choose a breed. Primal is a nimble developed anthropomorphic breed. Oh, wait, ana what? Anthropomorphic? Is that it? Okay, that's what we'll go with. Hybrid with a gene mutation, making them nimble and dexterous at cost of lesser developed intellect. Okay, I feel like this is the one. This is the character we've seen in all the trailers, though, right? So yeah, this game is very, like, you know, stats, numbers. You pick up loot and has different stats and everything. And also, I heard it's got like an in-depth character creator. Is the least developed breed hybrid of. So what do we want? We want. So intelligence is probably going to be magic. Strength is melee damage. Power key. Health, armor, movement speed. So if it's gonna play like, you know, maybe I shouldn't compare this to Devil May Cry, but if it's kind of going for that, maybe like I should be aiming for movement speed. Oh, but none of them change movement speed. So maybe we want more power. Oh, but then what about melee damage? It does more melee. All right, you know, okay, you know, we're gonna go primal because this is the one I know from the trailers. Don't judge me, okay? Define your character's starting attributes to see more details, explanation of what affects each attribute. Press that. Okay,
Define
next.
your genetic structure.
Define my genetic structure. Charisma. That's what we're. Intelligence. Why are intelligent people short? Strength. Probably want to go agility, but my head's too small. Hold on. Oh, there's a genetic code as well there? Okay. All right, you know, I'm just gonna leave it default. This is too much information. I have trouble naming characters. Choose resistance. I mean, I guess we leave that in the middle. You can be more resistant to radioactivity. Well, okay, this is like in depth. Customized fur? Oh, okay. We need patterns. The more patterns, the better. I mean, the problem is that the trailer version is just embedded into my mind now. So we just pick this. Should I see what randomize does? Oh, randomize just selects anything there. I mean, I don't know why they've put a circle here. There's only like 10 options here, right?
Pick your main color.
Oh, man. Do we really want to? I mean, all right, look, there's the, okay, let me just quickly do randomize, just so you can see what the options are. But if I give my chat this ability, oh, no, you can adjust the brightness and everything as well, where they're just going to troll. Choose your secondary color. Jeez. I mean, you're definitely looking Biomutant out here if you do that. You know. We just go here.
Pick
Okay.
a class.
The Deadeye is a tricky, skillful rogue who chooses a life outside of law and society's
Commando.
values. The Commando is trained as an operative of an elite special operation forces. Commanders are used to working in smaller teams.
Deadeye. Commando. Psy-Freak.
Oh, I do like my
Commando. Psy-Freak.
I do like my melee
Commando.
abilities.
Deadeye. Sentinel. Sentinel.
Sentinels dedicate themselves to protect.
Saboteur.
Oh, yo, Saboteur actually looks kind of pot. Hold on, the Saboteur is cunning, skilled, explorer, trained in operating. Because look at the weapons he has.
Deadeye. Saboteur.
Oh, but then maybe the oh no, he has got a gun. I was like, maybe the Saboteur hasn't got a gun. Melee dual wielding skill. Equip 2 different one-handed melee weapons to dual wield. Your dodge energy cost is reduced by 20.
Commando. Deadeye.
Your ranged weapons are reloaded instantly, and your next magazine is gained 20% damage. Yo, we're going Saboteur.
Chosen.
Wait, what happened? Ready to start? Sure. Okay. Chad goes, of course she wasn't create a character. I was expecting too much. Listen, don't judge me, okay? My OCDs, we would just literally, there'll be a full stream of me going, oh, should we do this? Should we do this? Should we do this? This is too much on dear developers, okay? There's too much choice. Okay, I don't need this in my life. I just, no. That has got to be one of the most complex character creators I've seen in a while for an action game. To move forward, I guess that for people who like that, that's a great thing. I hate choice. To move forward, use, all right. To look around, use
Here's
that.
somebody
Okay.
with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun.
Bunny hop. Okay. That's like a bike trick move.
We're
I know that.
already at a crossroads.
Zoomers in the chat going, what's a bike?
Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Okay.
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through
I'm dark
everything.
as in strength and power. Color me light for freedom and loyalty. I like freedom and loyalty, but I want strength and power. I'm always going to pick the good guy route. I'm such a square.
And bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Okay, I can't stand her.
Light is only for those having difficulty seeing what's in front
Yeah,
of
yeah, no. I changed my mind.
Sticking to the me first path is the only way we'll be going.
I mean, I don't like the me first path, you know, socialist and all that, but like,
I'm surprised at the change of heart.
no,
I
you put me
believe in
off.
putting
You was
yourself
annoying.
aside to help
It's too
others.
cheerful a voice, okay?
The dark side is not that, you know.
You can't fight who you really are. The blood is obviously running red in our veins.
You're trying to keep us in the dark here, but you know it's blue blood in our veins and what it means. We have responsibilities. You can't fight the truth.
Okay. Is that like the classic Zelda thing, right? I don't need the... Wait, so am I light or dark now? I'm not even sure.
Right is always right.
Right is always right. Okay. Also see my first bit of stitching, stuttering. Sorry. Okay. So you know you can see the light motion blur running smoothly at the moment at 60.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A
Is it me, or does the
reminder that we're
narrator
at the
sound
mercy of nature
exactly like the
and
narrator from
one
Eternal
that
Cylinder?
preys on
Oh, it
others.
does, right? We covered that on our... There should be a video covered that on Twitch and YouTube. Go check that out. It does sound a bit like that narrator. You're right. I wonder if somebody can Google. Maybe it's the same narrator.
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world.
Okay, the
and got
dialogue in the
lost
beginning
in
seems a
your
little
own.
bit ham-fisted.
Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Am I like a Yoda type or something? Don't smell the fur. That's no. Oh, roll. Okay, so we got the dodge roll. You see it. Okay. And see the slow motion as well. Right. It's going to teach us to fight. Okay. There's our guns. You know. Devil May Cry style. B. And then... Ooh. Hold on. Phoenix Flight. A. And then... Hold on. Oh, is it saying do that during the dodge? See that? See what I'm talking about? Like Max Payne style? Panther sweep. Panther sweep on melee. Oh, there's a parry as well? Okay. Oh, how easy is the parry? I gotta know. Oh, wow. The parry is actually kind of easy to hit. Can I mash it? No, all right. You can't mash it. Oh, it's a pretty easy parry to hit though. Oh, my days. All right. It might be the easiest parry in any video game I've seen. Viper Bite. Hold on. BX. That's like the thing we saw in the trailer, right?
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor
Pretty
place
sure you're
to
dark
end
because light
this
wasn't for you,
story.
my chat says. But then why did it build up my it gave me like 2 light bonuses. Okay. There's a lot going on here. Okay.
This
Biomutant.
time, it was best to run and live to fight.
So yeah,
another
this
day.
this is
Let us hope you're
this is
ready
like in
for
back
it when it
compat
comes.
plus mode. This takes some benefits of Series X, like faster load times, more higher frame rate, higher resolution. You know, but if anybody's wondering, like, wait, look at this game, why can't it not fully take advantage of the Xbox Series X? Because this is powerful enough hardware. Is because, you know, it isn't a full next gen version. Once again, I'm
Predator
repeating
isn't the
myself now,
only
but just, you
threat.
know,
The
if anybody skipped the
wildlife
beginning of
started
this
to
video.
mutate when the end of days began and the tree of life started to die.
Okay. Evolution gone wrong. Move towards an enemy to target them with melee attack. Okay. Aim the camera toward an enemy to target them with ranged attack. Okay. To reload your ranged weapon, press right bumper. Okay. Key energy is used for dodging, using mutations, and performing special attacks. When you're out of key energy, you'll be unable to perform this action. Your key energy regenerates both in and out of combat. So it's like Souls combat. So it's like, hold on. So it's like Dark Souls meets Devil May Cry meets Max Payne meets Wet in an open world game. All right, hold on. We only have 1 melee. Okay, so it's not like... but you get different melee attacks. Can you lock on? All right, you can. Push right stick in and it does the classic Souls lock on, and then you can change who you're locked on to. Oh, you know when you jump over enemies, that's kind of reminded me of like Batman style as well. Like the Arkham games. Huh. Chat goes, David Shaw Parker is the narrator. Okay. Oh, wait. What's on D-pad? When in the gear menu, you can navigate your preferred range weapon. Okay, so left on D-pad is... like, select ammo type? Oh, did I unequip my other one? Okay. Okay, so... All right, so jump, dodge, melee, right trigger shoot, left trigger nothing, left bumper block. Oh no, left bumper is just parry, is not block. And right bumper is like reload. I want to actually go into the should have done this first. Settings, controls. Oh, mapping. Okay. Move, 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 jump, dodge, run. Camera left, camera right. Melee, shoot, reload, parry. Wung Fu. Oh, why is some kind of a special button? Toggle melee lock. Interact consumables. Melee, 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 melee. Range weapon. Transport. Toggle ability hold. Okay. Which way am I going? We're gonna get some kind of special on Y. Okay. Examine ammo box. Rarity. Okay, here you found a weapon special effect add-on. Attach it to your ranged weapon to give it an extra damage type for as long as the ammo lasts. Some enemies have a resistance or weakness to different weapon specials effects, so use them wisely. Pick up, scrap, equip. Okay, to attach a special effects add-on, select it through the consumables quick menu and open the consumables quick menu. To open the menu, hold up. Wait, it said hold up, right? You lied to me, video game. Didn't it say hold up? Right, that's the map. In this section, you can change equipment and weapons. The circle icon represents a part of the body that can be geared up with equipment found or bought from vendors. Your favorites can be saved in the outfits menu. Huh. Okay. Inventory, gear, leg, torso, outfits. This is the outfits menu where you can craft and save different gear setups. Okay. I like when games do that because function. The automation has come where you appearance. Huh. You can sort your gear according to difference. You can highlight a piece of gear for crafting rules. Okay. All right, got it. Let's see. You found a medic supply. Bags like this contain items that can help you heal. Your health doesn't automatically regenerate in combat. You have to use consumables or find other ways to heal. Right, okay. We know about that. Health regen, scrap, pickup, take all. You can use a bandage by holding the quick step menu input and selecting it. Alright, got it. So now we got something on up. If you see that. Come on, grab the chain. Grab the chain. There you go.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it.
How easy is
Evolution has its ways.
Remember to parry enemies' attacks when the enemy attacks and you see lightning bolts flashing above their heads. Press. Okay. Oh, interesting. So the parry animation is... So they really want it to be easy to parry. It is like the Batman stuff, right? Or the Spider-Man stuff, I should say. To make it easier. Jeez, that was... All right, I should probably be using lock-on.
A smart foe would leave now. King.
He says smart foe would leave now. Fallen enemies can often be looted for healing items. Find a highlighted fallen enemy. Okay, press Y. Remember to use your healing items when wounded. Take all. Search enemies for loot. Right, left stick in is... Am I gonna take damage here? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? You're out here.
Great progress.
I am making great progress. It's interesting. Like, if you keep turning, it doesn't stay locked on. Like, it loses lock on. So I saw those patch notes. I don't know if they added lock on later. We're gonna have an interesting conversation about that as well, because what was that Sony game from last year that announced that they're adding lock on? Wait, what? Okay, dead. Give me that loot. Energy pack small. Pick up. Take all. Where we going? Loot. Some enemy carry large shields. You need to break shields with melee attacks before you can deal damage to them. All right, got it. Oops, sorry. Interrupted. All right, break shield. Okay. Jeez. When it goes into slow-mo, I'm assuming I should just be max painting it and shooting.
Itchy trigger finger.
Oh, you know what? Like doing dodge roll shoot does a lot of damage. Maybe that's what you should just be going for. Behind you. Upgrade points. Okay. Defeating enemies and completing quests will give you XP. Leveling up allows you to raise one of your attributes by 10. You'll also get 1 point that you can use to unlock skills in the Wong Fu and perks menu. To go to the menu, press that. Okay. Level 2. Give me the loot. Remember the loot? So yeah, the lock-on stuff. It's funny that what was the one? What's it called? Ghost of Tsushima. They announced the deluxe edition for that, right? And then one of the things that they talked about in that was, yeah, we're adding a lock-on, and the whole conversation around that game was, oh yeah, you don't really need the lock-on. We want the combat to be free-flowing, for me to go to left or right. So it's interesting that they're adding it in now. That was a great game, by the way. Let me see what the level up stuff is saying. When you level up, you can increase an attribute of your choice by 10. Pick which attribute you want to increase from the list. Okay. We want to increase strength, right? Strength. Oh, it shows details what each one does. Vitality, defends your amount of health. What does intellect do? Intellect attribute defines how much key energy you have, how fast your key energy regenerates. Okay. Overall speed. Oh, so wait, what's charisma? Charisma attribute defends how easy it is to persuade others' characters, as well as how high your bar. Oh, okay. Wait, it's gonna turn into an RPG. All right, we're just going
Pump
strength
you
for the
up.
meanwhile. Give us the muscles. You'll earn upgrade points when leveling up. These can be used to acquire new special attacks and perks. Time to unlock your first special attack. Select close combat or range combat to unlock your first special attack. Oh, wait, hold on. Range. I want to do close combat. I like to play. Select the weapon type you want to unlock for your first special attack. Unarmed, one-handed slash, dual-wielded melee. Good to me. You unlock the first special attack. Do we just pick one? You can use any type of melee weapon, but you need to learn and unlock special attacks for your weapon type in order to be able to use it to activate the super Wong Fu stat. Melee dual wielding skill. Equip 2 different ones. Input sequence. Single slash attack. Launch out of dodge. Okay, that's probably the one we want to do, right? Attack an enemy in the air while slashing. Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's not what I thought. Double dragon. See what he did there. Finish a dual wielding melee chain with a flurry of stabs. This is a special attack. Hitting an enemy with it will fill up one of your super one icons. Finish a ranged weapon chain by throwing both of your melee weapons. This is a special attack. Oh, so we got all these already. Okay, I'm an idiot. Obviously, there's a tick there. Hold on. Y, R, right trigger, Y. I mean, stabby or throw your sword, right? Where goes stabby? Yes. You can now perform a special attacks when you have the correct weapon type equipped. Once you've unlocked more attacks, you'll be able to combine them to reach the super Wong Fu state. Okay. Once you have more upgrade points, remember to spend them on perks and special attacks in Wong Fu and perks menu. Got it. Oh wait, can we change our style on the fly? Oh, maybe that first thing was like what you're gonna learn at the beginning. Ranged combat, basic melee, basic ranged. General. Luck out. Your 5% increase. Huh. Interesting. Gives you a lot of customization
An
options up
emergency
front.
box from the once was. A rare sight.
Pick up, take all, rarity common. Is that going to be a melee item now? I don't see it. I do like the anime tech stuff that they put on, like when you blow stuff up. It reminds me, what was that Sega Mega Drive game? 2D beat 'em up. Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Press X. It was on that Mega Drive collection. What am I thinking of?
Whoa!
Somebody remind me in chat.
It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Double jump. Okay.
The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed.
So see when you like dodge,
including
it just like loses. It's interesting that it loses lock on. That's kind of weird for an action game. Like if I was, so did they add lock on like afterwards? I'm not sure. If I might have been reading those patch notes wrong. I could swear like in patch 1.5 they added lock on. But maybe it wasn't part of the original game that they didn't want you to play like that. You're on your way to performing a special attack. Possible special attacks are prompted in the lower right hand corner of the screen. Pressing indicated inputs while it's shown will trigger the special attack. For my Souls and Devil May Cry fans, they probably want to know like the feel of this game, of like how precise and stuff it feels. I wouldn't call it floaty, but I wouldn't call it like precise like those games. It seems way more mashy, if that makes sense. You absorb a bio blob. These are points used to unlock mutations. You collect bio blobs by defeating morks and finding containers at various places in the world. You can use your bio blobs to unlock special powers at any time by accessing the mutation part of the menu.
You have a good eye for that stuff.
Okay, there is a lot of like go to the mutations tab to unlock PSI power bio and upgrade your resistance. Go to the mutations tab. Psi powers. Did I call it PSI? Wait, I've got no points. What are you talking about? You talking about a video game? Biogenetics. Biogenetics are unlocked using bio points gained from defeating biocrease or finding containers. Bio points can often be found on nuclear power towers. To use this mutation, press the input you have bound the ability to while facing an enemy. This will infect any small humanoids, while infected enemies will attack their allies instead. Huh. To use via bar, press down. Input you have bound to the ability will make your stew toxic sludge. All right, let's go there. Are you sure? Yes. This bit is kind of reminding me of like Infamous meets Prototype. To use Mammoth, press the input. Use a Moth, press the input you have bound the ability to while facing an enemy. This will infect any small human. All right, what? Okay. To A? To use the ability, press the buttons it's bound to while pressing and holding left trigger. Okay. All right, got it. Man, it seems like they really like chucked the kitchen sink at like borrowing from a lot of games on what you can do. But so far, I wouldn't say like is like precise like Devil May Cry or like Souls, right?
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
You found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different rewards. To switch which node is selected, use left stick. Oh, I should also say this game is tiny as a download. It's like 13-14 gig. To rotate the node, press LB, okay. This is the number of rotations you have left. The higher your intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out of moves before that may have consequences. What the actual... Okay. So add like the Mass Effect style
There
puzzles?
are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
All right, got it. It's kind of like 80s, 90s cartoon. That's the story.
The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Huh. This is... Yeah, this is like, you know, in between like those Mass Effect puzzles, or I'm trying to think what else does this. Okay, hold on. Ooh, we should have probably done. Oh, I wonder if I.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Oh no, mistakes were made here.
Quite a
Damn
shock
it.
to the system.
All right, let me try again. Hold on. Okay, so it's not like you
Let's
don't.
try that again.
Hold on. All right, so that. There all right. I don't know what I was thinking.
There you go.
It just takes a bit of health. It's funny because this is a small studio. I think this might be one of their first games, right? You can see the kind of stuff there was probably on the whiteboard and go, oh, yo, that's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. And then let's slap it into this game. Perfectly countering an enemy attack will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above their head. And after hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up in the air by pressing. Why didn't you say that first? A perfectly countering an enemy attack will stun them. Stunning enemies.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
Okay, hold on. Juggling? That's what we want to know about. Yeah, the old one doesn't need my help.
Slash him down.
Oh, so maybe that's why they made parrying so easy to do. Because that's also how they want you to juggle. Come on. Do it. Do it. Oh, we got a perfect parry though. Oh, let's use our ability. What did it say? Hold. Eat sludge.
So much damage.
Have I got any?
That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Hold on. Let's get the loot first. That's what you meant to say, right? I'm sure that's what you meant to say, right, chat? All right, I'm gonna say those famous words. It's kind of easy at the moment. Maybe I should have gone to higher difficulty. And you know I'm about to die in about 3 minutes now, right? A new friend, an old friend.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's
Ronin
happy
as well,
to
you
see
know.
it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
By default, dialogues are set to advance from the NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually advance the dialogue, you can change this in the settings. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to give me dialogue tree options first. I was like, wait, is that also what you're going to add into the... All right, glass looks nice. Ask if you are tired.
As it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people.
Potato people?
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
Try my best not to make fat jokes. I don't believe in magic. No, potato people is better. No, well, sure, potato people are better.
You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Okay. Ruffle grass potato people. Hey, potato people. Wait, I'm assuming this is the grass it wants me to ruffle, right? Oh, okay, attack the grass more like it.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come up for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his
It literally has got
intentions
dialogue tree
dedicate his
options.
life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world.
Oh, you're gonna turn into Shenmue chat.
Today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Okay, I'm kind of interested to see where this goes when it gets to open world. Maybe we cut here. Hold on. Let's see.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us. everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect
All right, come on
us.
a bit. This is kind of dragging a bit.
He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today.
She only cares about Wong Fu. All right.
That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity.
No,
and the
she
only
only
one
cares about
strong
Wong
enough
Fu.
to keep the 6 Wong Fu disciples disciplined.
Okay.
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow.
I'm not really feeling the story, I'm gonna be honest.
He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that the World Eaters arrived. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the...
I didn't press
road
anything.
ahead won't be... Wiz is still repairing his
broke. I didn't press
to
anything.
confront the Merkpuff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end.
Okay.
He
Broken.
wants you to understand Noko has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof.
I'm so confused.
Regardless, finally, Goop
Regardless, your
is
meet against
almost
again,
done
played
with
parts
the
and contributed.
Goop, a machine able to ride the...
I can't. Okay, well, we missed important story stuff because it was Xing through itself. Pray, open door. Okay, hold on. We got a new melee weapon, didn't we?
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Probably training section, right? Let's show off that open world stuff. So freedom.
Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Oh, what late title card? Okay. Up the World Eaters. Okay. Sounds like name borrowed from the Harry Potter universe. Experiment 101 is the dev. We're sprinting. All right, let's go.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Signposts are found near locations of interest all around the world. You unlock a signpost when interacting with it. You can fast travel to signposts you've unlocked by selecting it on the map. To open the map, anytime press that. Okay, place a waypoint. No, I'm good. So, a signpost like Ubisoft Towers? Wow, this game really does borrow a lot of ideas from a lot of games. Alright, that seems like a cool enemy.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
Can we try now? I'm very good at video games.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance is two halves that completes a wholeness that flows through you all things. At times, you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. So, Mass Effect, Paragon, or like whatever that is. You are those who always act in the same manner, and our wholeness is some of the choices we make and the actions we take. The balance of our actions creates our own aura. Okay.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack.
Maybe it is more like
He doesn't know
Prototype,
what
because
your
in Prototype
connection
it
is to
was
this
like
place,
depending if you
but
go light or
something
dark,
tells him
you get
stayed
a
true
set
to
power
your
type, right?
heart.
Interacting with captives, side shrines will award you with side points you can use to unlock sonic powers. Powers can only be unlocked once you have reached the required dark or light inner balance.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
Alright, fine here.
He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
Too much already.
That's right. Smack that spark out before it starts.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a little spark.
Take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
Well, I'm going out my way to freaking... You've gained a side point. Use it to unlock powers in the mutations menu. Some powers are locked by the aura score, meaning that your side points can only unlock powers of the same color as your current aura. Those without color is exactly... See? It's exactly that. Okay.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match, as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor.
I should have checked the price of this game. I wonder if this is a full price release.
It won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
Your current unstarted quests are shown in the journal. See the top menu above. You can change which quest you track by opening the journal. All right. I mean, let's just pick one randomly. Place waypoint. Sure.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
I mean, one thing I would say to the devs that's listening, they could have started the pacing of this game a little bit better. Is it still showing
It's
us like
unusual
people who
that
worked on the
natural
game
tunnels like
like
this still
20 minutes
exist.
later?
Most of them got flooded.
I mean, I guess if it's a small studio, right? Then there's not going to be that many names, but... Oh, that's what we was talking about in the narration. Wait, can I not fight? Oh, should I have not got involved? Oh, I did now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I wish the lock-on was way better. That's the only thing that is kind of like making me go at the moment. Like, soon as I do dodge, then the lock-on just disappears.
Who could stand against that?
We're off to see the wizard. Shall we quickly mess with these side point stuff? Or should we have a quick look?
Look at
We're pumping it
those
all into
muscles.
strength. Blaze. Use Blaze, press down, input bound ability. Blaze will launch the forward and leave a trail of fire behind you. Use Blink, press you have it will teleport you in the direction you are moving to create a shockwave. Nope, we're using Blaze. Alright. Bound it to there. Okay. Got it. We haven't got enough for that. Got anything for perks? Loot chances increase. Your chances to persuade dialogue increase. Your biological mutations have 5% in speed. Use after a successful special attack to replenish some of your key energy. All right, that's nothing there. Crazy. All right, got it. Go. Now we get to the open world section. Wow, this game does really look nice.
This area was beautiful before
The open world
tribal
stuff.
began.
It should
Look
have
at it.
probably
It's a
started
war
you
zone.
here because we've been playing for like an hour and a half rather than that little dungeon. You know, to create a better first impression. And nothing going on in the overworld.
That's the myriad tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there.
Let's
That
find
way you'll
out.
know.
Oh, wait. I was gonna say, this kind of looks like Just Cause tech.
It's a beaten path
When
to
this
that
studio
door. If
formed,
you
I'm
go
trying to
there, you'd
think
better make an entrance.
what devs it formed from. Hold on. Okay, that's so funny. So I had to search up this publisher. I was like, wow, some of this grass stuff reminds me of Just Cause. Yes, a lot of these developers made this studio after working at Avalanche, who made the Just Cause games. Pro Streamer, that's Pro Streamer I right there. I was like, wait, there's something reminds me of this of, like, you know, if you were down on foot in the Just Cause games. So, you know, they probably learn a lot of their trade there. That's why it kind of feels like that. Looks wise.
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war.
Now,
Guide me to
all that
Sifu.
we
I want
got.
here.
Says their door is always open for anyone willing.
Okay, come on. I gotta start skipping some of this dialogue. It's not really that interesting.
Sibi? La fanen aginkan man. Gerat na fala hutut mus. Tugai la wute.
Like my initial thoughts of this, though, I think if they would have tightened this up a little bit more,
Understanding of
like
the
first
greater good and
impressions
the
wise,
code of honor, they believe uniting
like sped up the
tribes
beginning
is
a bit. I think they're
only way
telling
to
you too much
restore
about
the
all your
peace.
abilities and everything. Like learn them slower as you go, and like maybe gameplay wise is a bit
is convinced
too
that
much going on
defeating
here.
The world eaters and saving the tree of life
Like you
is
can
the
see all
only
the
way
games
to
is
make the
borrowing
world
from,
a
right?
better place.
Drigenkin ala tu ba.
He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself.
Okay.
But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on cruise.
All right, I gotta skip.
You took out of date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101.
Okay.
There's something about your spirit that sparks.
Okay.
The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought.
Okay.
Your Muma invented Wung Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain.
Okay, give me the hook and chain. Let's go.
Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of.
Okay,
If you
code of
believe
honor.
there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the world eaters to save.
I
the
got
Tree
it.
of
I'll
Life.
join. Fine. Ally with Myriad. They want you to unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life. Warning: sets the game's end goal to save Tree of Life. Choosing Destiny for defeated rivals. Sifu is limited to unite. Okay, sure.
He was hoping you'd join them.
You understand there's no harm
that
in doing.
there's-
Okay.
That Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite.
Okay, got it. I mean, it kind of shows you how much you're gonna care about this round if I'm like Xing through this like very quickly.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who he
All right,
wants
got
you
it.
to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
Kind of what you would do in the Just Cause games without helicopters and stuff, but just on foot. Hi.
He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets.
I didn't know you was gonna have cool armor.
Weapon now is if you defeat him, and that will never happen.
Uh-oh.
You both have gentle minds, so they want.
All right, I want to go fight that guy.
Tells you not
Oh.
to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outpost.
Okay. Once you dealt with the rival outpost, you will challenge the seafood. Okay.
Seeing you brings back his memory.
Alright.
He remembers your kind and unselfish.
All right, what
soul
we're gonna do here
and
for the
can
YouTube
sense you
video,
still have it in you.
if you want to watch the
Don't
longer
know
video,
to
it'll
do
be
good.
up on Twitch. It'll be a couple of hours.
The memories you make with your
For
family
YouTube, we're
are
gonna cut
strong
here and we'll
and
cut
can
back after like
sometimes
40
come to
minutes because I don't
life.
want this video to go on forever.
Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might
We can
help.
see what like the open world stuff is like. I want to go fight somebody, chat. All right, hi. I wonder if we should go look around here if there's gonna be like, oh, this is a hub village. Talk to people, blah blah.
Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Thinks you should practice patience. Worth looking at.
Each vendor is specialized in particular type of items. The melee weapon parts, range weapon parts, Going to vendors and browsing their stock can be a great way to find. Okay. You're able to sell items to vendors by going to sell tab. Got it. Well, I haven't got enough for that. Sorry, I gotta go. You're too expensive out here. I ain't got that kind of money. Also, just straight stealing like sun cream or something. I didn't even know what the hell that was.
Says the shop holds something for everyone.
All right, give me them guns. Can't buy any of that. Oh my god, this is all right. You know we gotta get out of here because I'm just gonna be disappointed for all the stuff I can't afford right now. That was like the first prototype game. I think I agree with you. I think the second prototype game got a bit too crazy. I mean, I would probably say the same thing for the first initial Just Cause games. Like 3 and 4 just got a bit too much for me. I liked 1 and 2. I wonder if different areas later on are gonna start looking like way different, or like the entire game is gonna have this look. Sorry, like not the game, the areas, you know? Like a lot of what we see in the trailer is like this green grass and these gray rocks, right? Oh, did I not reload?
That's going to leave a mark.
That's gonna leave a mark. So I guess this is what the open world stuff consists of. I've heard some like feedback and stuff is like not much going on in the open world. Also, the frame rate looks like it's hitching to about
Better beware
50s here.
what's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred.
Oh wow. Okay, hold on. Jeez, how do I health up? I totally. Yes. How do I use?
Rid of the aches and pains.
Oh, you know what we should do? First of all, try not to die. Let's do our... Oh, no. The dodging.
You're low on health.
Correct. Nobody thought I was gonna lose that, right, chat? Just ranged attacks all day. You made me do this!
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer.
But nothing else.
First.
Wonder if I've got to be looking at him to parry.
Had better days. Took care of it. Now that's a flesh wound. Critical.
You're welcome. Do I interact? Thank you for saving us, Pro Stewart. Right, that's it. We didn't get no big dialogue tree. Okay.
Mercadorpa's outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival. If you can, you should try to convince the captain to give up the outpost and join your cause.
I mean, I think this section is blatantly going to be borrowing off of like, it feels like this is going to be borrowing off of like the Ghost of Tsushima bit, right? Where you like capture the outpost.
They're ready to enter the outpost.
All right, let's go. Let's capture this outpost, and I feel like this will be a good first look.
Towards your end goal will bring you closer to a better world. Here's the first line of defense.
Oh, is this melee combat section? Okay, maybe it's, I thought it was going to be an actual like outpost that I have to. Yeah, I really do wish that the lock-on was better. Like it would stay locked on. So I don't know if they added it in later or like if I read those patch notes wrong, they read it in a later patch. But then, but then like the gun stuff though, because you've got to be locked on for guns to do enough damage, right? That's the issue. Should you do something here? Feel like I'm missing something.
That hit the spot. Wrecked it.
Okay.
That twirly wheel works that drain pipe.
Okay, there's gonna be a little puzzle here. Yeah, for me, like we that big enemy we faced,
Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain.
like the hitboxes for that enemy wasn't really like good enough to be. Hold on, let me. To really feel great for this kind of action game, right?
Everything's clocking together.
I would say the world looks nice. If they stuck to the core of just the combat stuff, I think it may be better.
Try a key. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper.
It blatantly is that is the Ghost of Tsushima stuff. I'm not sure if this is a full price game. I mean, again, you got to remember how small the studio was and everything. If you temper your expectations, right? And you're not expecting like a 10 out of 10. You're expecting like a B tier game. I guess this could be a full romp. We have seen a few bugs here and there. Nothing game breaking. Enough that where you see like underneath like script language and stuff pop up, or like in the beginning when we was playing and those the story trailer cutscenes just kind of messed up. Is borrowing a lot from a lot of games. This is their first game as well. Like maybe they could have like less is more.
Weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. So won't hesitate to carve out some.
Okay, come on. What's funny is though, like because it is so like, even though the action ain't super tight and you don't need to be super precise, it still is very actiony, right? So you probably do need to play this at 60 FPS. So the fact that this is a game that was targeting last gen, but it plays best on next gen. So most people aren't going to be experiencing this the optimal way.
A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense.
That goes 40 quid. That means it's full price, right? Because 40 quid was what last gen games cost, right?
Red means
I think this game is a victim of its own marketing success. I honestly think that's what's going on. Uh-oh. Okay, I should probably hold on. Pay attention to this. Like if this was advertised as this is this studio's first game, they're a 25-man team, you know, and it was like more indie kind of. It can't be indie because obviously who published it, but like I think people would have probably had their expectations in check. It's funny with the grass stuff that you can literally see like the Just Cause stuff that they learned. Uh-oh. All right. Oh. No. Oh, the dodging was so good. All right. Let's kill this one enemy or die to this one enemy and let's... How much health have you got? Hold on. Hold on. Maybe I can't take it out? Oh my... Okay. Hold on.
Bump will bring it down.
Oh, really? Okay, that... Okay, here, come over here. Aim for me. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Okay.
Switch off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it.
Uh...
That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it look up. Boom. You're in. Almost there.
Oh, we got new Wong Fu. Hold on. Okay, like if we go here, like the crafting stuff seems interesting, right? That you can literally like craft gear and craft melee stuff depending on like if you have the, like if we go hand, for example, if we have the base hand stuff, I think like if they stuck to the core, just the combat stuff and just the crafting stuff, I feel like this would be more narrowly focused and it would be fun. More fun, should I say? But like because there's so much going on here, open world, there's dialogue text trees, like mini games, to like the Mass Effect style puzzle games, like to unlock doors and stuff. But none of it does like 10 out of 10, right? It's like, oh, it kind of does this okay, kind of does this okay. But like the main core of this is the combat, and I just don't know if it feels tight enough for me. What did we get? New Wong Fu. All right, XXY. All right, let's use that.
The outpost belongs to your tribe
The
now.
outpost belongs to us. See here the stuff you can see from the Avalanche
Says
stuff and the
you
Just
made them
Cause
weaker,
games.
But they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Like the Overworld stuff is kind of a mix of those Ubisoft games and that, what was that, Lord of the Rings Assassin's Creed style game. Combat is kind of like actually I won't say Devil May Cry. I don't know why I've said Devil May Cry at the beginning. I thought it was that. It's nowhere near that. There's no juggle. It's not tight. It's not as tight like that. It's not as combo potential as that. Maybe I would say more wet and Max Payne. Each tribe has its own tribal weapons. If you defeat a rival tribe, you can acquire this weapon. By helping your own tribe, you acquire this weapon. Okay, you're now affiliated with this tribe. You can decide to switch your allegiance and ally with different tribes. Go to the tribe fort and take. Okay.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost.
And you know, align with
You
tribes
earned the
and things like that.
privilege
It's
of
just
carrying the
there's
tribe's
a lot going on here. I like my one comment would just be I would probably focus this a little bit more.
Hopes
If
you'll
you
use it to do some good in the world. Out of date says he's doing his best.
if
to
you
keep up, but from what he can tell,
come in and check your
seems you're making
expectations, I feel
progress
like
with
that'll
the
be the
tribe
best way to come
conflict.
into this. You're
Under
expecting,
power,
you know, like
yeah,
what those
you had a
trailers said
feeling
and
you'd get
the way it was
along with the
marketingly
Myriad
pushed.
tribe,
You're gonna
but it
automatically
remains
come in
to be seen
disappointed.
what the future
You think
holds
like
for your alliance.
B-tier game, smaller indie dev.
You seem to share the same values as the Myriad tribe. You both
Maybe
have
you'll
the
have more
same
fun with this.
optimistic outlook on life, at least for now.
The only big thing I would say though, I wish the hitboxes were for the bigger enemies were better.
Solving the tribe conflict
Like my
won't
one thing I was like,
matter unless you
and the
both
lock on.
make a
I feel like that's
stand
two things they
against
can
the world
like
eaters.
improve. The lock on just stayed locked on, like regardless if you're dodging,
That doesn't sound
and
good. Out of date's forebodings are justified.
the hitboxes
The
for those
jumbo puff needs
some
to
of
be
those
taken
bigger
care
enemies.
of.
Oh, the story wise, it's kind of okay. It kind of reminds me of like 80s, 90s like cartoons.
He says
you know,
the
Fern
time has
Gully and
come
all
to
that.
confront the jumbo
I get what
puff
they're
at the
doing,
end
but
of the
like,
West Route.
it's too early
Gizmo is
for me
working
to
on
like
making
super
his
care.
mechanism strong enough to endure the oxygen
Is
deprived
laying it on
red
thick and
zone
fast, but
all
we
the
haven't
way up
really
to the
built a
World Eater.
relationship with our hero. And because our hero is so auto-generated from what we see in the beginning and gives us so much options,
You should
it's
get over
like
there
he
and
hasn't
see what you
really
can
got
do
a
to help.
personality where we can engage with him, so therefore we cared. Like we saw a cutscene where his mom died, right? But like we haven't really got any connection with, you know, this random hodgepodge that we made to care that much. So maybe if the pacing was a bit better, we would care more. The overworld stuff and the look and that stuff is definitely a strong point for this game. Interesting game. I think that we might call it with this one as well. Yeah, I would say if you play it, probably next gen is probably the way to go. Should I quickly, actually, let me quickly go system, go settings, go video, because if you're only gonna play it on last gen, this is what you would probably play it like. I don't know if this is the way. You know. I think if everything was a little bit more tired, I'd probably enjoy this a little bit more. But you have to give props to whoever cut those trailers and stuff, because the reason everybody was hyped for this is the marketing team and everything made this look like, oh wait, this was the next big 200-man blockbuster that is coming out for the summer, right? As soon as you do some deep diving and stuff, it's like, oh, you know, size of the team, whatever, and
Shield your eyes if the
first
daylight
game,
hurts you.
like realistically, what was you kind of expecting? So if you consider that going in, then, you know, you look at those review scores, then it kind of makes much more sense, right? Yeah, there you have it. I think we're gonna call it with this one. We are playing on Xbox Series X. Man, this was a review copy provided by the publisher. Short version of this video will be going up on YouTube. Longer version will be up on Twitch, because we had to cut a bit because it takes a while to get started. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought. If you like this video, don't forget to drop a like, follow, subscribe depending on when you're watching, and turn those notification bells on so you do know when new videos drop. Don't forget we stream a couple times a week over on Twitch, got a community Discord, and I post on Twitter all the time. All that information will be in the description. Come check us out. And now we're gonna call it with this one. Much love. Peace.